Hey, this is Ned McLaren. I am just going over a little slight review of my game, Born Fighters. I created this game, I was better, released this game back in '09. It was actually a game that it was something that I wanted to do for a long time, of just creating a game. At that point, I never really had a background in or knowledge in actually making a game or even programming properly in Flash. I knew how to make websites and simple animations and so forth, but I really didn't grasp the idea of how to make a game. So when I actually took the helm and decided to make a game, it was quite difficult. I learned a lot. I broke a lot of rules, but in the end, I made something that I somewhat enjoyed. And looking back, I know I have learned, and I know what to do and what not to do now in game development. Okay, so basically, I'm just gonna run through a lot of little quick things. I'm not gonna go in totally in depth, but basically just to give someone who wanted to see just how I actually tackle the game and what the process I did. So, say for example, as you can see, this is in AshScript 2, which was similar to, from my perspective. Don't hit me if I'm wrong. It was similar to Java. AshScript 3 though is more depth. That's the language that I'm actually learning right now, so it can be more profound. Even though Flash in general is somewhat dead in the water, next to HTML5 and so forth. So anyway, skipping past that, who cares? Here we go. Getting into the realm of my game, as I said, I broke a lot of rules. I did a lot of things wrong, but in the end, I actually have a game that's working, fully working. This right here actually is the loader, one of the loaders for the characters. Pretty much when you actually select a character, it actually injects the character after you press the start button here. I went through a process of doing a lot of different things. Like see the array I created here, I no longer use. I have another array running somewhere else, basically, which actually removes the characters after you press the button or so forth. Um, so I'm just gonna just tidbit through little things that I did. That's for that. And I did so many different methods of actually programming. It's just insane of how many things that I did. Let me just see here. Player one moves. Okay, since I'm just waiting. Okay. So basically, I'm just gonna just jump into one of the characters right now, just to show you something of what I did. Um, Say for example, Lena here. I did all the sprite animation. This is not rigged in any way. This is all drawn frame by frame by frame by frame by frame. Each frame, everything there. It's all frames. I'll even get into that right there. So it's frame by frame by frame. Yeah, most people would say, oh yes, that's the long way or the long method, but you know what? It was more fun to me doing it that way. Maybe one day I'll go deal with bones. I've done 3D animation, so I understand how bone structures work in 3D. But in this whole puppetry thing, I like for certain things like the head in certain areas. You notice I just use the same head over and over. But in certain areas, I actually just redrew the face, redrew the head, because it was to me, and I love the idea of actually drawing the characters all out. Alina was a very interesting character to create. So was Lint, which was the jump rope character. She was very interesting, especially the special moves. I think were the big things that I enjoyed doing. Especially her special move, which required it was basically a long chain combo. Why did it jump back out? Anyway, yeah. Like for example, if you're looking at her right now, that's her combo. And what I created for as a hit parameter, if you actually look here, the blue represents the hits. So pretty much that's where the damage is coming from. You won't be able, she's pretty much invincible right now. So considering that there's nothing there for you to actually attack her, you're pretty much dead in the water when she's doing her special. But if she is, say for example, just standing around, those are her hit parameters, where you can actually hit her in the head, leg, and so forth. Okay, and what I also did too, so you just know, as an injector, this right here, this layer is basically the action hit host. Basically controls the character's movements, also their damage parameters. So if they were to, let's see, this would actually, this is the host. I call this the host itself. See, player one host. What it does, it actually is what I'm targeting to load each of the code that controls any of the actions, or if I wanted to negate an action where they can't do any move, I would actually remove the host, or put it in a certain location where it would only be injected at that point. Like say for example, if it's a move where she has to jump, I would load a different host. There's a regular host, and then see player one move host, and player one jump host. Basically controls you if you're doing a jump attack. Let me just load up the game. Best to load it up so you can actually see what I'm referring to. Go to training. Then we go over to that character, and we'll just go against player 2. So for example, if she's just doing a jump, or she's doing a jump attack, I forgot what button that jump is. I haven't played in a while. So if she's doing a jump attack, or if the character's doing a jump attack, you can move in the jump. So it was, it was very, there was a lot of thought that went into actually doing this game. Lots of thoughts. And I think my second favorite character that I designed, or I enjoyed designing, was the ninja. Everybody wants a ninja, and his moves were just, to me were cool. I liked the idea of how I did his moves, especially special, which was more like a spiritual thing. Anyway, get out of that. But there are so many different aspects, and there are a lot of little things too that I put in. Like for example, as you can see, there's only these little things here are where all the codes are being injected that are in the that are being active, like an active script. So when you got into playing with the character now, then you have more. I had more of these little M's, I call them, and in each of them there are so many different things that was going on. This controls like the color variants of certain things. This word here, this injector here controls the characters moving back and forth, and also this actually controls what's going on up here. Like where am I? Something I need to turn off. Monitor. Okay. So either way, what this does, it actually controls like game over states and so forth. There's a lot of different things happening that is all over the place, but of course I knew where they were. I could manage them. This is the hit test parameter that dealt with them turning back and forth, like basically the x, y, x, the negative x and positive x, the flip states. And here we go. We have basically, after the character dies, you could actually remove the unnecessary character from off the screen. Okay, and this is for basically a secondary logic that actually checked to see if the key was down. And this pretty much was the master loader that loaded everything. Like it injected player one host into where it needs to go. The standing host. S means standing. L means like kneeling or so forth. MO is moving. I forgot what that one referred to, but it was some other host. But that's these are all the moves. Action 1 and 2 and 3. That means 1 is normally the lightest, 2 is the medium, and 3 is the hardest hits. That normally would refer to the special. And then this one is for like a jumping host. If they're actually doing like a jump, a regular jump, that would actually control that parameter right there. And this one actually dealt with loading the different backgrounds. So you have several different backgrounds you can actually do from, and it's the scale parameters. And now this is a secondary injector that dealt with removing things. That's when I actually was loading up different control states, like if it was a virtual joypad for touchscreens. I tried a lot of different things. This was a whole bag of experimentations and so forth. And these are pretty much my original build of characters that I used a long time ago. And as you can see, this is a dev checker. When I was actually programming the game, I had something that allowed me to check to see what the heck was going on, so I could know if a character was hitting or not. Original thing that I did way back when. Yeah, so many stuff. Okay. Yes, you're basically seeing all the wonderful little jazz that I did. Okay, there's something I wanted to show that's very cool to me anyway. And hopefully I didn't kill it. Did I kill it? No, that's not a loader. New set. Okay. Okay, why don't I can't find it? Character makeup. Here we go. Yeah, but that's just for one thing. We are great. Can't find what I'm looking for. I guess I must have accidentally deleted it. Loader, new set. Special sunscreen, new set. This is so weird. That is so weird. Oh, here we go. The code notes. Okay, so basically this is what controls everything in terms of like the loaders. I go into one of these right here. This will show you some really crazy jazz. Okay, so this is basically the breakdown of all the moves. So for example, when I do one of the loaders, I would actually load in one of these things in one of the characters, and it actually controls all their move states. Like for example, if you were to press, key 87, which probably is, I don't remember what that button is, it would actually do any one of their moves. And the same thing too, you're going to the low actions, player moving, blah 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 blah, whatever that is. And I did so many different things. I tried so many things. I broke so many rules. I made so many mistakes, but it was all in good fun. I learned a lot. This is my test logic for everything that I did. As I said, in all good fun, you learn a lot of things. You have to break things to learn things, and that's just a basic part of programming. And it was just fun. It was just seriously fun, just learning and trying different things. This basically is the code that I created for the AI. So if you actually look at this right here, if you go to demo, the game will play by itself, because I created a code that would just allow them to just randomly do their moves, which is cool. That's, and the same thing. So if you're doing training, you can actually select. You can go versus AI. So forth. But that's all I'm going to reserve that for right now. If you want more details, just hit me up, and have a good day.